let's watch this one. This is on Starfield, and everybody's excited about Starfield, right? Star Citizen, did they release the new video? They haven't. Amazing. So this one is by Blunty, and it's called "This Is Huge." Starfield broken at launch. So I don't know how he knows that, but sure. Let's watch it. It's 11 minutes long.
Hello again, I am Blunty. Now, last time I spoke about Starfield, it was to debunk, and when I say debunk, what I actually mean is I spent 20 whole
Oh, okay. So he doesn't have a cam. He has this.
minutes absolutely dismantling Bethesda fanboys' absolute
So you're not
lie
missing much.
that the gaming media is being
I'm not even gonna like switch up the cam to another spot.
dismantling Bethesda fanboys' absolute lie that the gaming media is being hugely negative about Starfield in their pre-launch coverage because of some...
I don't think it is. Honestly, the media was covering it like quite nicely. Like they're just like building the hype up. Honestly, I maybe watched like a couple of videos which you can't really consider media because they're just like videos on YouTube by some dudes. I actually think that one of them is called Some Dude. There was and those videos were like a bit negative, but then again, that doesn't represent the media, so I don't know.
bias that said fanboy utterly made up and was in no way supported by any evidence at all, which is what I looked at, you know, the evidence. Today, though, we're talking
You think this
about...
Starfield is going to have 76 Fallout 76 level of bugs on release? I mean, I feel like that too.
a very interesting bit of news that is both extremely cynical, negative perhaps, talking about how much of an immense failure that Starfield will be at launch, how catastrophically inept Bethesda are, or at least are considered to be based off, well, you know, decades of their own clown show history, otherwise known as, you know, the evidence. However, in exactly equal measure to that cynicism, it's wildly positive news that demonstrates something especially magical about Bethesda, a true phenomenon, which, should it ever become absent, would undoubtedly mean the rapid and complete collapse of Bethesda as a game development entity. So vital is it to their amazing, magical, mysterious, unbelievable success. And I'm not even kidding. It is kind of glorious how cynical and hopeful this is at the same time. A matter-antimatter reaction that by nature, by inevitable consequence of the fundamental laws of physics, can do nothing but produce energy. Useful energy.
Okay.
And I speak specifically about something called the SCP, the Starfield Community Patch. If you're someone who plays Bethesda games, especially on PC.
Starfield Community Patch SCP project is a collective effort by mod authors and the wider player community of Starfield to fix bugs, errors, and other inconsistencies present in the game. This includes tweaks, typos, and other changes that may have been missed or not yet released by the developers. The overall goal is to improve the vanilla experience for all players. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Listen, like, if you... Oh, this is wrong on so many levels, dude. The community patch needs you. Calling all pilots, we need your help to find, document, and fix bugs as part of this project. If you've spotted something weird in Starfield and can reproduce it on a new save, please report an issue. Wait. Am I getting this wrong? No, this is by mod authors. Like, it's a community driven thing, which is wrong on so many. Like, first of all, why can't Bethesda, a huge ass company with a ton of fucking developers and all of that, why can't they just release something that is good? Secondly, why should the community fix their shitty games so the games are actually playable? And also, how is this not made by Bethesda? This would be the perfect fucking thing. So you know that our game is going to be broken in launch, just like Fallout 76. Therefore, we're going to make a community thing that's going to be actually led by us, and they're going to fix it for us, so we can work on something else. We don't care, but the modders do care, and the players care. And they're gonna fucking spend $70 just to like play it, and if it's in an unplayable state, these guys are gonna fix it.
See, especially Skyrim and Fallout 4, the words community patch will ring in your ears as,
you know what? For free. That's the issue.
Church bells to Christians or the Adhan to Muslims. The community patch is a call to prayer. We raise up our hands and sing out. The Fallout 4 community patch.
No, look, it might be theory crafting, and I'm just like brainstorming here, but like, it would be a perfect fucking crime, right? But even though it's probably not, it's still fucking crazy that people are already in love with something that is not even released. Maybe the story is actually bad. And they're like already making like a congregation of modders that are gonna fix the game on launch because they know that it's gonna be fucked. That's crazy.
Or commonly,
like, imagine people teaming up to fix Star Citizen for free. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, you knowing that Star Citizen has made $600 million. I don't even know how much, like, billions of dollars Bethesda has made. Stay calm. And no, I'm calm. But, like, imagine having people that wanted to play the game, but they don't like the state of the game, so they fix the game. And the CG, the developers, just being like, yeah, sure, you can do that. Sure. No, modding is not just to fix bugs, but did you like hear what I read out here? Is a project collective effort by mod authors and the wider player community of Starfield to fix bugs, errors, and other inconsistencies present in the game. That's my issue. I don't care about the modders. Like, sure, modding is going to be crazy. Sure, great. But this is fucking weird, honestly.
We raise up our hands and sing out. The Fallout 4 community patch, more commonly called the unofficial Fallout 4 patch, follows in the
but
footsteps
Evocati is just testing out the game. They're not fixing the game. They're testing out the game and telling the developers, yeah, this isn't working, this is bugs, blah, blah, blah. And then the devs fix the game. But here, they are going to do it themselves.
Unofficial Oblivion patch and the unofficial Skyrim patches. The stated goal is to eventually fix every bug with Fallout 4 not officially resolved by the developers to the limits of the creation kit and community developed tools in one easy to install package. It includes hundreds, and I do mean very literally hundreds of fixes for gameplay, for quests, for NPCs, for game objects, for text and item placement bugs, and everything you could possibly imagine or have personally experienced.
Luna, we can just speculate. That's the thing.
And it tries to
we don't really know
fixes in
until we see it
and
play
it. It doesn't make any so-called unsafe changes. It doesn't remove stuff, inherently alter stuff, or delete stuff just to get around a bug or whatever. This patch is considered so vital to fix Fallout 4 by so many players, it has been downloaded well over 2.1 million times.
Oh my god.
That's unique users, by the way. That's 2.1 separate Nexus users.
Wow.
If you include re-downloading the patch after a reinstall or putting the game on a new machine.
Hopefully those guys got paid.
Or whatever, you are sailing right past 6.6 million downloads for the community patch for Fallout 4. And yes, a small fistful of those are my downloads too. I've used it, I recommend it. But despite quoted assurances from Microsoft Game Studios head Matt Booty, which...
Booty.
Real name, by the way, Matt Booty.
Funny.
Imagine growing up with that name. Oh my god.
Still doing it for free, and it's not like you can fix an MMO for them. No, you can't. And yeah, Evocati has some issues, I guess. They are like the extended QA. You can call them that. But... or expanded QA, whatever. But still, it's not this. It's not them fixing the game. It's not them like rolling up the sleeves and going into the code and fixing the game, right? And also, one more thing, a bunch of like YouTubers and streamers are in Evocati. So they get so with Evocati, I have a friend there. There's the thing that like once a PTU goes live, even in closed PTU, if you're in Evocati, you're gonna have all the ships. So that's one of the perks for doing that. I don't even know if any of the YouTubers and streamers are actually trying to play Evocati because they can't make videos on it and they can't stream about it or talk about it. So yeah.
In any case, Mr. Booty. I'm sorry. That's very immature, I know, but Mr. Booty, come on. Mr. Booty says, we have an awful lot of people internally playing Starfield. We're working with Todd and the team. Todd would be obviously Todd Howard, head of Bethesda,
Sure.
and one of the most prolific liars in the industry, but we'll come back to him later. But Mr. Booty continues, I see bug counts, and just by the numbers, if it shipped today, this would have the fewest bugs of any Bethesda game ever shipped. So, according to
Hopefully-
Mr. Booty, a man with
hopefully
a
that's
deeply
true.
vested interest in having Starfield get positive
Yeah, this guy is a bit
coverage and
annoying,
pre-orders
honestly.
and Xbox Live sign-ups and the like. So, someone who's clearly free of any ulterior motive or conflict of interest. According to this very independent person, Starfield will have the fewest bugs any Bethesda game has ever launched with. Well, let's talk laws of relativity, shall we? Considering Bethesda's entire history of publishing major games, not a single one of them has launched without an astonishingly embarrassing number of bugs. The words fewest bugs next to any Bethesda game ring a
But
bit
here's
hollow.
a question for you guys in the chat. How annoyed are you by the bugs in like new releases or in older games? Because like having bugs in games or like right now is it's the norm, right? You gotta expect a buggy launch. Even Overwatch, which again I'm talking about that because I guess you can say that it's my main game because that's the game that I play to unwind. It had a really bad release, like Overwatch 2 did, and the whole game is just like a 0.1 patch or -1 patch for Overwatch 1, whatever. But the issue is, it was expected, and people were fine with it. Like the servers wouldn't work. Then you had invisible players, which was crazy because like you're getting destroyed by a team that you can't even fucking see. It still happens. You have maps. You still have maps that you can just like clip through and find spots where you can like. It's a competitive game. People are like playing that to like gaining ranks and all of that. But it's broken to a degree. It's not Star Citizen broken, but it is pretty broken. And whatever game releases, it's filled with fucking bugs, and that's the new norm. And then like the only thing that is not buggy is the fucking microtransactions and like the stores in those games. And people are like fine with that. How is that normal? Like I'm a kid. I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 87. And like back in the 90s, you had like some bugs in some games. You can like work around them. It wasn't that bad. But most games like shipped, yes, with like minimal fucking mechanics compared to newer games. The graphics were not that good and all of that, but they just worked. They just worked. And like nowadays, we don't expect a game to fucking work. Cyberpunk, for example, was okay to play, but it was missing promised features. That was the main problem. Again, I still didn't play Cyberpunk because I was completely off-putted by the number of bugs, because I don't want to fucking play it. Yeah, sure, it's funny, but like, is it funny when you paid like $60 for something that is completely buggy? I've heard that it's better now, sure, but it's been 2 years. like speaking about like missing promised features. What happened with No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky fucking released without any of the features that were promised. Now it's better, but who cares now? Some people, like diehard fans and I guess new players, are not gonna care. But then again, am I like the only one here that just wants a game that actually works? That doesn't have like game-breaking bugs? I know that some people had a lot of bugs. Maybe I was lucky. Yeah, it was pulled from PlayStation Store, as far as I remember. That's how bad it was for some people. It was either Xbox or PlayStation. I'm not sure, but yeah, like, isn't it weird that like back in the 90s and early 2000s, games mostly just worked, and then we like slid into this. Oh, well, it's probably gonna be shit on launch, but then it's probably gonna get better, especially when it's a single player game. How does that fucking work? I want to have a single player experience now when you release it. I don't want to play a single player game or buy it now so I can play it in like 2 years. So I can try playing it, and like in 2 years maybe it's gonna get fixed. But it mostly won't, because like it's a single player game. It's not a live service game. So why would they like invest that much time and effort and resources into single player game to fix it for people that are probably like most people that wanted to play it bought it already and played it, right? It's such a weird thing. It's like releasing a fucking album that sounds like shit, but then selling like you bought a fucking hard copy, or you bought it on Apple Store, pre-ordered it, a music album. I'm talking about that. The dogs are being weird, and then it sounds like shit, and then you're like, as an artist, you're like, yeah, but like we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix the mix. All the detuned stuff is gonna be fixed, etc. And then you like stitch it up, and then you like tell the people that it's patched. No, I fucking listened to the album already. It's shit. I don't know. It's so fucking weird. Even the, and I know I'm ranting right now. Even the new games that get released that you can pre-order, and then you like they get released, like there's a whole fucking thing and they're released. They act as they're like early access games. Patching killed gaming. Yeah, I fucking remember Need for Speeds. I'm gonna say 2 or 3, maybe the first one. I don't know, that I played. There was an expo here. My dad is a software engineer, and his company was like they were on the expo, and they had like a thing there, like 2 floors, whatever, and they had a really good PC, and I got a pirated copy because that was the only thing that you can get here in Serbia back in the 90s, early 2000s. No, it was the late 90s, I think. So I got the Need for Speed, and I got it on the PC, and it fucking worked. And it just worked. You can go forward, left, right, backwards. You can race. Looked like shit. Looked great for the time. But compared to like games right now, it looked like shit. The mechanics were not as good as they are in the physics and all of that. Like they are in current games, of course. But it wasn't buggy. It was finished. You like, if it wasn't, you just wouldn't buy it, because somebody would tell you, yeah, no, it's not working. So it had to work, because like patching that wasn't a thing. That just wasn't a thing back in the day. The Offspring sort of did that with a recent vinyl release, really. It had censored lyrics, so they had to reprint them and send out new discs to everyone. I mean, okay, that's, I guess, a mistake on their part or whatever, so it's understandable. But it's not like just like releasing a half-made album and then like saying, oh, yeah, we had to release it right now because that was the launch date that we promised. But in like, yeah, you have the hard copy, but you can listen to better versions of those songs on Spotify in a couple of months or a year or whatever. It's so fucking weird. There were shit games back in the day too. Oh yeah. Like, remember the meme of Super Nintendo 64? I have no idea what it is. I know that like E.T. broke the market E.T., Indiana Jones, the whatever, the Atari games. Yeah, sure, there were shit games, but that broke the market. And that like broke the whole fucking. Atari had like 8,000 employees, and they had to downscale to like 1,000. They filed for bankruptcy, and then they got bought, etc., etc. And then you had like a couple years later, you had NES and all of that just like made Nintendo that made good games and all of that. Also, one of the worst companies from that time was Activision, because they were one of the guys that like crashed the gaming market back in what was it, 82, 83. Black Sabbath released Forbidden in 1995 with notoriously bad production. A remaster is due this year. Yeah, but the songs are going to be the same. The songs are going to be the same. They still had fans back in 1995. Like, there are some re-releases like of Jimi Hendrix's songs, like the original Eddie Kramer, the original producer of Jimi Hendrix, actually worked on those songs and on those remastered releases, and they sounded better. But it's still the same thing. It's still the same music. It's not that like it was out of tune, the whole thing, and then like they fixed it fucking 10 years later, whatever. But
Starfield
anyway,
could still have literally hundreds of bugs and still
Atari made more
have
E.T.
fewer than
games than
Fallout
there
4
were
or
consoles.
Skyrim
Yeah,
launched
I know
with,
that.
because they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bugs. Even today, closing in on 8 years since Fallout 4 launched, encompassing more than 2 or 3 dozen of...
Jack, yeah, I can like you said, one, internet allowing to patch later. 2, early access financing, sure. Both of them, sure. 3, game complexity actually increased a lot. Yes, but you know what else increased a lot? The time to make a game. How long are they making GTA 6? For how long now? And it's still not released. You had like Red Dead Redemption, and they were working on it for like, what was it, 6 years? It got released and it worked. I did play it like a year later, so maybe I just played a patched version. Maybe it was completely broken. I don't even know. But you have time. You can fix it.
official patches. The community patch still needs to
UE5 indie games are made super quick now. Yeah.
fix literally hundreds of other still...
Okay, Stalker, what? People can call me a Starfield fanboy for all I care, but I just can't stand the constant shitting over this game and Bethesda from every YouTuber that just wants to ride the hate wave to get views. And if Starfield is, or if it turns out good, just the same jerks will make clickbait videos with red arrows in the thumbnail titled "I was wrong about Starfield." They don't care and say whatever brings views. Listen, I'm skeptical. I want this game to be good. I really want to play a really good space game, because you guys know that like I tried playing Star Citizen a couple of days ago and I fucking hated every bit of it. I died immediately. I want this game to be good, but I just don't understand the whole thing. And I don't want it to have any bugs. I don't want to have the same Star Citizen experience for, like, I waited for this game for so long, and I was so excited for this game for so long for it to be like completely broken. So yeah,
present bugs. So just imagine how many bugs there were at launch. Hundreds upon hundreds, thousands perhaps. And how little that means in the context of Starfield having...
yeah, I'm
fewer.
happy that he didn't spend that much money on Star Citizen.
It's a meaningless statement. For crying out loud, Bethesda cannot even escape bugs in their own carefully curated, edited promotional material. Look at this. Basic shit. How to hold a rifle. The animation's not even right. Crying out loud. In any case, with the absolute expectation and earned expectation, it's not unfair, it's not mean-spirited,
that
it's
was
not
not. I mean, yeah, yes, yeah, but also that's not that bad. It is bad though. but also it's not that bad. I don't fucking know.
How to hold a rifle. The animation's not even right. Crying out loud. In any case, with the absolute expectation and earned expectation, it's not unfair, it's not mean-spirited, it's not fanboy bullshit, it's not hater crap, it's just, based on evidence of the expectation that Starfield will launch infested with bugs, because Bethesda got a Bethesda. There is already a community movement, a whole-ass organized structure, an official website and everything that has been building for, I think, the better part of a year now. And it is called the Starfield Community Patch. They have begun now, in earnest, a bit of a drive to recruit people who are interested in helping out with this sort of stuff. It's a project which is a collective effort by mod authors and the wider player community, who maybe don't have the skills to, make mods and patches and stuff, but can still be involved in reporting things and documenting the bugs and whatnot that we find. And in much the same way as the Fallout stuff and Starfield stuff I was talking about, they're intending to fix the bugs and errors and other inconsistencies present in the game. Their overall goal is to improve the vanilla experience.
Oh yeah, you know what?
This isn't
so here's the thing. Slight digression. So this is Lola. You probably know her. And so my girlfriend found Lola 2 years ago. It was like September the 1st or something like that. And she was around 15 to 20 days old. So we decided that she's gonna have her birthday on the same day that I do. On the night of August. So, yeah. Also, if you want to say happy birthday to Lola, I think she would really, really appreciate that. Anyway, we can continue.
Going to be a game-changing mod, like you might be thinking of when you talk about modding. Again, this is intended to just fix the game, not change the game. They have a Discord already. They have a GitHub page. They have subreddit. They have forums, all that sort of stuff
Lola.
to kind of track and organize and discuss.
Okay, actually, give me a second. Lola, dođi. Sedi. Kaži. So she said thank you, but in Serbian, so you didn't understand it. Kaži. Kaži. That was thank you very much. Anyway, let's continue.
Staying as organized as you can in that kind of organizational structure and being as efficient as possible towards the goal of doing the work Bethesda is unwilling, incapable, or just too kind of shit at what they do to actually get done for the paying customers. They are not affiliated with Bethesda in any way. They're doing this for the love of gaming, for the challenge. They're doing this for free. They're doing this in their own time.
I'll give her a treat. I'll be right back.
We, as regular-ass players without the knowledge of deep lore of the creation engine, can just play our game properly in a way that Bethesda just won't be delivering. They are heroic nerds of the highest class. And like I began the video with, I love, absolutely adore the complete contradiction community organizations like this represent. They have so little faith in Bethesda.
Jack Reacher Super Chat at $11.49.
Aw, for Lola. Thank you, Jack.
House and publisher, that long before the game is even launched, they're already organizing. They're anticipating the need to organize en masse, to work as a massive group within the community in order to work together to fix all of the many, many, many broken things they 100% expect to be present. They know it is going to be broken. That's how little trust they have in Bethesda. But at the same time, they have so much love and faith in Bethesda as a generator of worlds and stories that they also anticipate they're going to love, and love so much it's worth doing hundreds of hours of unpaid labor to make sure it can be enjoyed better. Love and hate and trust and cynicism boiling together in a cauldron as a storm approaches over the horizon, while the words are chanted in the ancient tongues of papyrus and C++.
Yeah, I don't know about this video, honestly.
And bring forth the specters of hope.
It is a bit like tinfoily, not gonna lie, but then again, you never know.
What a funny little world we gamers are to ourselves. In any case, as someone who has used community patches for Fallout 4 and frankly will not try and play Fallout 4 without installing community patches, I've seen the benefits and glory of it. And I very much look forward to the SCP. And of course, alongside all of that, well-known liar Todd Howard.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I think he just wanted to make a video that's like 10 minutes long. And then he had to like
previously promised that Starfield will otherwise be a modder's paradise, which is probably not one of his many, many lies. That's probably a truth, because Fallout 4 and especially Skyrim have massively benefited from being modder-friendly. Either deliberately or accidentally. Those games have had very long lives, thanks in massive part to modders. And
so how does modding work in I never tried it, like Skyrim and all of that. Do you get like a map editor and all of that? Because I remember Arma had that. I remember original Crysis and Crysis 2 had that.
I am similarly looking forward to seeing what happens with Starfield's modding scene. You know, outside the fixes stuff, but you know, the fun mods. The first fun mod that
Corey Johnson super chatted $5.
Thank you, Corey, for the $5.
Because C10H14N2 exist.
What is that?
Want?
What is that?
A simple cosmetic thing. I want to turn the cutter tool, the sort of mining gun thing you might have seen in the trailers. It's called the cutter, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the cutter. I want to turn
I don't even know what that
into
is.
A Type 3 phaser rifle. I just think they look neat, right? It's a cool looking sci-fi gun. It's elegant in its own way, don't you think? Any modders listening? Please, this one. Just for me. Thank you very much for watching. I am Blunty. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling above there. I guess let me know in the down below.
Here's the video.
What's the first mod you want for
he has
Starfield?
370. Oh my god, Patreon. He has 370,000 subscribers. I don't know. I believe that the whole video was like forced.
Let's start with cosmetics. What's the first cosmetic mod you want?
But yeah, 370,000. Like you can see it here. 370,000 videos, Blunty. Subscribers. But yeah, I am concerned about this, the community patch. But then again, look, we don't know how it's going to release and if it's going to be in a good state or not.